Hello and welcome to another episode of Football Everyday brought to you by Maybank Premier Accounts, coming to you live and direct from Studio V here at One Utama. My name is Nelsen and joining me today is my bro Ian. Bro, good to have you back after
it's been a while.
Long absence, and special Maybank customer, Mr. Ibrahim Irham. Bro, good to have you here with us. Thanks for taking the time to be here. As customary on our show, we've got to start by asking Irham who he supports and why.
Of course, Manchester United.
That's right.
That's well
I like
said.
him already.
Yeah, okay. That's why, because I'm supporting Manchester United because they have a very strong history. I mean, they have so many legends over there, and of course they have a great manager, so Alex Ferguson.
Right.
When I was little young, and then I grew up, and that's why nature my.
You've been following Manchester United from a young age. That's why.
Yes.
Yeah, until
since
now.
I'm 10, 9.
Wow, right. Ian, long time no see, as I said earlier, and it's good to have you back in the show. But as we know, last weekend was basically occupied by FA Cup games, right?
Yep.
So very quickly, in terms of results, you've got to pick Arsenal's 3-1 loss to Stoke as the standout one, so let's take a quick look at that game. Bro, Sol Campbell was given his first start on his surprise return to Arsenal. You think Tony Pulis's side deserved to go through on the night?
I think so. I do think so. And I don't think Sol Campbell is ready to return to this level of football just yet.
Yeah.
I don't think if he'll ever be fit for this level of football. And again, they lost the long throw from Rory, the dilapidator came back to haunt them. So no, Sol Campbell back at this level, it's not going to cut it for me.
All right. So looking at the competition in the bigger picture, right, Ian? I mean, Liverpool, Man United, and now Arsenal are all out of the competition. So would you say Chelsea are favourites?
Yeah,
along with Manchester City, possibly.
I thought Chelsea were favourites for the FA Cup all as well. They've won it, I think, 3 times in the last 4 years or something like that. So they've always been very strong in cup competitions. They have the experience, they have the composure.
They have the squad depth as well.
Yeah, and the squad depth, that's really important. They might not last the whole Premier League season because there are a lot of aging legs in the squad. But in terms of the knockout competition, they definitely have an advantage. Right. Especially now, everybody's out.
Okay, now moving away from the FA Cup, we get into the one league game that was played at Old Trafford, where Man United went top of the table by beating Hull City 4-0 with Wayne Rooney scoring all 4 goals.
Woo!
Irham, I'm sure you're as happy as Ian and I, but what do you think of Rooney's all-round performance?
Rooney's performance, then I was so impressive, and then the team's display is very good, very impressive, and we can see Nani is playing very well, and some things this is his best game for Manchester United. Then I think it is very well deserved win for United.
Right, Ian. I got to agree with Irham. I mean, for me, it was Nani's best game by far in a United shirt. But I'm sure you've got something to say about Rooney as well, right?
Yeah, actually, I feel this game was really bad for me as a football writer. Sometimes I write football at our blog, and because I've written there that I think it was the end of Nani. Nani's not gonna make the cut anymore. He doesn't have the right attitude. Blah blah blah. I said similar things about Rooney. I said he's just been too inconsistent this season. There are games where he disappears. He's not on the level of people like Gerrard or Torres or Messi and Ronaldo, where they are really at the top of the game producing magic consistently week in, week out. So I think this match kind of proved me wrong on so many counts. They both did really well. Rooney took his goals all really well, and Nani was a constant threat, which is really uncommon. So, but we'll still have to see. I think consistency is still the problem with the two of them.
Yeah.
More so for Nani than
Especially
Rooney.
Nani,
So I still feel probably Nani might not be, his long-term future would not be in United, but Rooney, absolutely amazing.
Right, great stuff. And just this morning, a couple of matches were played with Portsmouth and West Ham drawing 1-1. As Spurs beat Fulham 2-0, Bolton edged Burnley by a single goal, and Liverpool disappointed yet again. Sorry, Liverpool fans, as they could only come away from Wolves with a 0-0 draw. Very quickly, Ian, I know we've talked about the Reds many times now, but at this stage, more importantly, what do you think they need to do to save their season?
I think they need to get rid of Rafa Benitez. In terms of saving their season, there's nothing much to save anymore. Yeah. They've lost everything. It's just the Europa League. That's the only way they can save their season, so to speak. Getting rid of Rafa, at first I thought that the best way to do it would be to keep Rafa and let him reboot the next season, because he has brought them places. He has brought them places. He's won them the Champions League, brought in Torres, changed the way they played. They're exciting, especially last season. So they should keep Benitez, but at the same time, the confidence is so low. You have to change something. You have to do something. And at the moment, the only choice seems to be sacking him, unfortunately, Liverpool fans.
Right, great stuff, guys. But it is time for our very first break here on Football Everyday, brought to you by Maybank Premier Accounts. But do hold on to your seats, as we'll be right back with more football chat and banter after these messages. So we'll see you soon. It's nice one,
Unbelievable.
friends. Welcome back to Football Everyday, brought to you by Maybank Premier Accounts. Here at Studio V with me, Nelsen, Ian Yee, and of course our special guest, Ibrahim Irham. Before we get into this weekend's fixtures and our email of the week, let's take a quick peek at tomorrow morning's League Cup semi-final leg, second leg between Man United and Man City at Old Trafford. Ian, with one eye on the weekend clash against Arsenal, which we'll talk about later on in the show, what kind of team you see Fergie putting out?
I'm quite sure it's going to put a relatively strong team, but I don't know. It's a hard one to call. It's a tough one to call. He want to win both games. You know, Fergie has a pride issue, as a lot of people would know. He really wants to win.
Something to prove to Tevez as well, right?
Yes.
Not really. I don't think they have anything to prove to Tevez because Man City aren't having the greatest of seasons. They probably are not going to win much.
Yeah.
Maybe the FA Cup. I think Fergie might be a bit realistic. He would probably rest a couple of players for the League Cup game, and we'll have a full-strength team against Arsenal.
Right, but Irham, I mean, a one-goal win for the Red Devils will take them through to the final. So, can you see them doing it tomorrow morning?
This is Manchester United, man. We played at Old Trafford.
Yeah, no problem.
We can expect that they can give 110%. They're very experienced team. Because I guess there's nothing much problem for them because they're playing at Old Trafford and they have full squad, full strength, and I guess it's nothing. No problem, or nothing is possible for them.
Plus, City are having problems of their own. I think having a player as influential as Robinho unhappy in the squad, that could weigh on some people's minds, especially considering that a lot of these players, they came to the club thinking that this club is going to go places. But if your star player doesn't even seem to have the confidence in a new manager, then you might have some problems in the dressing room.
All right, so hopefully Man United make it, but nice one. So time now for our email of the week, which comes from Tunku Patlisha from Damansara Utama, who basically takes his hat off to our Malaysian men's football team for winning its first goal in 2 decades at the recent SEA Games, as we know, but thinks we should honour our boys by bringing them in to guest on Football Everyday. Ian, man, your thoughts on the gold medal? And on the gold medal performance, and and should we feature them on our show?
I have to salute them. I think that was an awesome performance by them. I actually interviewed one of the players, Safik Rahim. I think he's an attacking midfielder. So I don't follow Malaysian football too much, unfortunately. I wish I could, but
midfielder.
Exactly. But the thing with a lot of these national football players is that they're really shy. I've interviewed the twins as well, Zakwan and Aidil. Yeah, and they were really, really shy. So I don't know how they want to be here in the first place. But definitely they deserve a lot of credit for what they did.
They'll try, right? Anyhow, maybe we'll make them a little less shy on being in football every day.
Maybe it's just me. Really don't like talking to me, you know.
Right. Well, but thanks a lot for the great email and suggestion. So for your efforts, you've picked up a nice prize courtesy of Adidas. And if you're a Maybank account holder as well, let us know, and you'll also take home an exclusive Maybank pack consisting of a Maybank bag and an Adidas Premium. So to write into us, just like Bud did, drop us a line at football@thestar.com.my. Just before our final break today, let's get into the weekend's fixtures, starting with a quick take on in-form Birmingham at home to Spurs. We know Birmingham are playing Chelsea tomorrow morning, but they're more likely to get a good result against Spurs this weekend in front of their own fans, right? So, you agree with me, or?
Birmingham, they are newcomers, but their performance is exceptionally well. And they're on
a great run, as we know.
And for the Spurs, we can see for a couple of weeks their performance are up and down. So we cannot predict because they lost to Liverpool, but then they cover up 2
just
nil.
beat Fulham, yeah.
Okay, then I guess this will be even or a fair game for them, and maybe draw will be as pretty.
Right.
I'm gonna go for a Birmingham win
again
because I think Birmingham defense has been so good. Spurs have been firing hot and cold. You don't know what you're gonna get from Jermaine Defoe, but with the defense as solid as that, fantastic. Roger Johnson and Scott Dan, I think the most underrated players in the Premier League at the moment. They've been fantastic. Joe Hart
as well, right?
It's like it's unbelievable. And in the midfield, they have Barry Ferguson dictating the flow of the game.
Sebastian Larson.
Yeah, Seb Larson has been pretty. He's very industrious. He never stops.
Yeah.
So Spurs, I think they might be in for a shock here. They might lose.
Yeah.
Right, you heard it here on Football Every
Sorry,
Day.
Shabby.
It is time for our second and final break on the show, but we'll be right back before you know it after these messages. So stay tuned to Football Every Day, brought to you by Maybank Premier Accounts. And you're back with us on the third and final segment of today's show, where we're looking at the weekend's upcoming games. So moving on, it's the big one on Sunday at the Emirates, where Arsenal play host to Manchester United, a team all three of us support by chance. But United won by 2-1 at Old Trafford earlier in the season. But at this stage, it's going to be a different ball game, right? Yes. So what kind of match are you expecting?
I expect United to dominate the game because I think Fabregas is still not fully fit.
Yeah.
And without Robin van Persie, they're a totally different prospect to the team that they faced at Old Trafford. And even the game at Old Trafford, the funny thing is that it was the other way around. Arsenal was dominating, and United got a lucky break with their own goal from Abu Dhabi. It was an excellent header into the top corner. But this time, I think the roles will be reversed again. It'll be United dominating, but whether Arsenal, get the result is a totally different matter.
But so how crucial? Will Fabregas and Rooney be for each side?
I think Fabregas is more crucial to Arsenal than Rooney is to United. United, they have players like Giggs, Fletcher, who can stand up and be counted for. But Arsenal at the moment, there's still so many young heads in that team. Maybe Arshavin can grab the game at a scruff of the neck, but apart from that, not really. Can't really see too much character in that team. So Fabregas, he is probably the best player in the world right now. He is. He's been magnificent. If he can stay fit this season, Arsenal will probably win the title. But it depends on him.
Right, so Irham, you agree with Ian? Can you see a winner in this one, or draw, or if there's going to be a winner?
For me, as what Ian said, if Fabregas is fully fit, then we have a lot of problem lah. Yeah. But if Man U can continue their performance like they beat Hull City 4-0, and I guess they need to bring this winning momentum, because they have a full strength squad right now. They got Ray Ferdinand back, and then they have Rooney that is now is performing, and I guess it's not a big problem for them. At least 1-0. Who knows?
Yeah, really like your optimism. Right?
Ferdinand will have a say in this title race. I hope. I hope if he can stay fit. He can make that difference, because the season before they were breaking all sorts of records for clean sheets, and defensively they were just so solid. And imagine if they had Ferdinand and Vidic fit this season, United would probably be maybe even top of the table right now, ahead of Chelsea. So that's going to be very important. Rio coming back.
All right, so Ian, very quickly, score prediction. He's going with the 1-0.
This is a tough one. 2-1 to United.
2-1 to United.
That was on my mind as well.
I have no idea.
Alright, so if you're a fan of either the Gunners or Red Devils and want to catch the action live, do come on down to the sold-out bistro in Sri Hartamas. It's a great place. And join Ian and I for the Football Everyday viewing party, which kicks off at 10 p.m. Be there, right?
Sure.
Moving on, Liverpool are at home to Bolton. So, bro, what do you see happening in this one, looking at Liverpool's poor form currently?
You cannot predict Liverpool performance, but I guess for this game, I go for Liverpool. Maybe 1-0.
Narrow win for Liverpool.
Because Bolton is also in good performance, right?
They've got to beat Bolton at home, right? Yeah.
They have to do a lot of things that they're not doing right now.
So we leave it there with Liverpool. And over at Turf Moor, Chelsea travel to Burnley. So Ian, give me your predicted outcome here. I mean,
I think they could be a surprise here because Burnley, as we know, have been playing really well at home.
Yeah.
And against United, they were really good. United were actually lucky to come away with 3-0. That was a very unfair scoreline for them, very flattering for United. And Chris Eagles has been in magnificent form. So if they get their tactics right, if they keep their discipline, they have a chance of upsetting Chelsea, and especially in their own ground.
Yeah. So I hope you're right. All right, and lastly, Manchester City at home to Portsmouth. Irham, who's it going to be?
I guess this game will be at Manchester City's favor because they play very well. I guess Portsmouth is nothing for them. So maybe 2-0.
2-0 to City. Well, I hope you're wrong, but nice one, guys. So just before we leave, as usual, this week's Football Everyday Fun Fact has to be on 4-goal hero Wayne Rooney. Guys, did you know that Rooney has a tattoo of the words "Just Enough Education to Perform," which is the title of an album by his favorite band, the Stereophonics. Ian, he's certainly been performing, right?
Oh, right. I don't know whether education had anything to do with it. Because if not, he probably wouldn't be performing too well. But wow, that's weird. That's an interesting statement to make. I don't know.
Yeah. So what do you think of the Stereophonics then?
I don't know. You tell me. I don't know anything about the Stereophonics.
Well, we've run out of time here on the show. Ian, Irham, pleasure having you.
Okay,
as
sure.
usual, thanks for taking the time to be with us today. So we see you next week. Enjoy your football, and it's Ciao for Mercy on Football Everyday, brought to you by Maybank Premier Accounts, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah. Stereophonics.